It was a golden evening in Dubai's most luxurious restaurant, the kind where chandeliers dripped like liquid gold and soft violin notes floated in the air. Outside, the sun melted into the skyline, painting the desert horizon in hues of rose and amber. Inside, laughter echoed among polished marble and clinking glasses. At the center table sat Richard Bennett, a 52-year-old millionaire investor from London. His silver hair caught the golden light as he leaned back in his chair, exuding confidence and entitlement. Across from him, Faisal Al-Najjar, a 38-year-old Emirati businessman dressed in a pristine white kandura, listened quietly, his calm dignity a contrast to Richard's loud humor. Their dinner was interrupted when a young waitress, Layla, approached, older than 24, wearing a soft green blouse and a maroon skirt. Her eyes were tired but kind. In her trembling hands, she carried a basket filled with roses. Half red, half white, their scent fresh and sweet in the air. Richard smirked, eyes glinting with mischief. "So, Layla," he said, leaning forward, "I'll give you a challenge. Sell me these roses in Arabic. If you can do that, I'll pay you $100,000. The entire restaurant went silent. A few guests turned their heads, sensing a spectacle. The woman sitting 2 tables away, elegant, blonde, and curious, watched with raised brows. Even Faisal's calm gaze shifted slightly toward Layla. Layla froze, her lips parted, but no words came. If you believe kindness has more power than wealth, pause here. Hit like, share this story, and subscribe to Everyday Kindness. Because sometimes the smallest voices carry the biggest truths. Layla's mind raced. Arabic wasn't her first language. She was from the Philippines, having learned a few words from the local staff. Her hands trembled as she tried to form a sentence, but Richard laughed before she could speak. "Come on, surely you know how to say, 'buy these roses'?" He mocked, his tone dripping with arrogance. The laughter from his table echoed cruelly. Layla's face flushed. She looked down at the roses, her only way of earning extra tips to send back home to her sick mother. She whispered a silent prayer. Just then, Faisal leaned forward, his deep voice calm but firm. "Mr. Bennett," he said, "perhaps you should let her speak first." Richard chuckled, raising his glass. "Oh, I'm just having fun. Let's see if she can earn her fortune." Layla took a shaky breath, then looked straight into Richard's eyes. Her voice was soft but steady. "Uhibbu al-warda li'annaha tazkurni bi ummi." I love the rose because it reminds me of my mother. Her accent was imperfect, but her sincerity pierced through the air. The laughter stopped. The words hung heavy, like a prayer in the silence. She continued, clutching the basket closer to her chest. "Hiya marida jiddan, wa kullu zahra abi'uha, tutiluha hayat jadida." She is very sick, and every flower I sell gives her another day of life. Faisal lowered his gaze, moved. Even the woman across the room, the one with the red lips and cold eyes, bit her lip to hide her emotion. Richard's grin faltered. His laughter dried up mid-breath. He stared at the roses, once a symbol of mockery, now transformed into something sacred. A long silence stretched. The sound of clinking glasses faded. Then, quietly, he reached into his coat pocket, pulled out a checkbook, and scribbled something. He tore the page and placed it on the table. $100,000, he said softly, "for your mother." Layla's eyes widened, tears spilling down her cheeks. She tried to refuse, but Richard raised a hand. "You already sold me the roses," he whispered. "You just didn't need to use perfect Arabic to do it." Faisal smiled faintly. "You see, Richard," he said, "language doesn't always come from the tongue. Sometimes it comes from the heart." That night, the roses were gone. But something far more powerful bloomed. Layla rushed home, her heart pounding, clutching the check to her chest. For the first time in months, she felt hope, not just for her mother's health, but for the humanity she thought she had lost faith in. And Richard, that night, as he sat in his 5-star suite overlooking the glittering Dubai skyline, he couldn't sleep. He remembered her trembling voice, her eyes full of quiet dignity. The laughter he had once enjoyed felt hollow now. The next morning, he called Faisal. "I want to start something," he said. "A foundation for workers like her. For kindness." Faisal smiled. "Now that is the best deal you've ever made." If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Everyday Kindness. Have you ever seen a moment of compassion change someone's life forever? Share it in the comments. Your story might inspire the next act of kindness. A week later, Layla's mother received treatment she couldn't afford before. The hospital room filled with the scent of roses, red and white, just like the ones her daughter had sold that night. And in the restaurant where it all began, A small plaque now hangs on the wall engraved with simple Arabic words, Al-Kalimat allati takruju min al-qalb, tusil ila al-qalb. The words that come from the heart reach the heart. Because sometimes a single act of kindness speaks every language on earth.